Arsenal have bottled the league once again for the fourth time. Is it fourth time consecutively? Manchester City and Pep Guardiola are potential champions of England. Hello guys, hope you guys are doing good. We meet today for another video, post-match analysis for our final of the English EPL that saw Manchester City taking on Arsenal. First things first, we have to start by clapping for Pep Guardiola and just telling him that congratulations on winning the league in advance. Because as it stands now, so many factors are in favour of Manchester City and Pep Guardiola compared to Arteta. Some of those factors are City are 3 points behind Arsenal. Arsenal are 70 points first, City are 67 second, but City have one away match, one delay match. It means one match that they are supposed to have played that have not yet been played. And the way I'm seeing City will so much beat whoever they beat. I think it's Burnley or Crystal Palace, one of the two. But City will defeat them. And if City defeat them, or when City defeats them, they will be the same point with Arsenal. And the same point with the Arsenal, well, 1 or 2 goal difference. Arsenal have not been scoring for the past 5 or 6 matches. They have not been scoring considerable number of goals. Hence, Arsenal have +1 goal difference. As it stands now, they have a +1 goal difference. It means Haaland alone can wake up in the next match and just decide on scoring a hat-trick. And that can cause Arsenal a big problem. And if for any reason City wins and climbs up first, Arsenal goes second, church don't close. We should just crown City champions, because I don't see City falling back anytime soon. And like I said some time ago, it is better for a dog to follow you than for Pep Guardiola to follow you. Now, talking about the match of today, it started as expected. It was just the lineup that I wasn't expecting it, because in the Arsenal lineup, City lineup, I got it correct actually. The players that I predicted that were going to start actually started. Everything was good. But the Arsenal's lineup had some players that I was not expecting them to start. The likes of Madueke, who started I wasn't expecting him to start because he was injured. He just came back from injury. Also, Martin Odegaard started. I was also expecting him to start. Now, talking about Odegaard, I don't know what Odegaard stayed on the pitch 90 minutes to do. Personally, Odegaard wasn't supposed to stay on the pitch 90 minutes. I don't see any reason substituting, taking off Eberiche Eze. Meanwhile, he was your best attacking player on the pitch, because during the whole match, the only situation, clear-cut chances that Arsenal constructed from play, okay, is the chance that Odegaard had to hit the bar. There was another chance of between I say Odegaard that Eze had to hit the bar. Sorry. Now there's another chance from Odegaard, that one disorderly, one cafeage that happened in the box. But still, Donarumma saved it. But Eze was the only person that had a clear-cut chance that she was threatening up front, especially when he came and was playing in that small box before the 18-meter box. He was really threatening. I was expecting a Martin Odegaard substitution. You move Martin Odegaard, you bring in Trossard. Trossard will play as a left winger. Eberiche plays as a number 10. Mastoli plays as a right winger. Personally, that was what I was expecting. But it was instead Eze that went off, and I think that was where Arteta lost it, because when Eze went out, his attacking press, his attacking threat diminished and almost went off. Now, next thing I want to say is we have to give credit to Pep Guardiola for something that he's been doing. He keeps on doing, and he's still doing this season, that I'm really amazed. I'm talking about 2 players that Guardiola have taken them from God knows where, okay, and changed them to potential stars, potential big names. Let me start with Nico O'Reilly, please. This guy is he's barely 20. Barely 20. Arteta, Pep has converted, or has succeeded in converting O'Reilly from a left back to a midfielder to even an attacker. Because in most matches, or most big matches, if O'Reilly is not giving an assist, he's scoring. Today, I don't know from where O'Reilly left from the back until when I gave an assist to Haaland, for Haaland to score. And even look at that line breaking run that he did, as Donnarumma gave him the ball, just that throw from Donnarumma. Okay, that only that throw break two line, and by the time I saw O'Reilly climbing up with that ball, nobody on him to do whatsoever. Oh no, I just understood that Arsenal is gone, and obviously, Erling Haaland scored. Arteta started off well with so much courage, with his players being assigned. They were pressing up high. Harvard was pressing Donnarumma. By the way, that was where the goal even came from Harvard pressing Donnarumma, and Donnarumma making a mistake, and Harvard had to score. Apart from that, Arsenal don't have any clear-cut chance in the match, as in creating chances. No, Harvard was pressing Donnarumma. The three guys in front were pressing the first four, the first line of Manchester City from behind. I think Kuzanov was being pressed by this guy, the guy that was played by Eberiche Eze. Odegaard was pressing Magay and Kuzanov. Okay, I think this other guy, Maduki, was pressing O'Reilly, but right up to that, O'Reilly was very technical and solid enough, because even though they were pressing him, Maduki, O'Reilly still took on some chances and still made it possible to bypass his pressing and took the ball in front. So Arteta tried, but along the line it was not enough. It was not enough, because when Pep saw that they were pressing his defenders, now what he had to do was he instructed Rodri and Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva was wonderful. That guy, that 31-year-old power, please, his contract should end and he should come to Barcelona and come and give us three seasons at Barcelona. We need him. Okay, because Pep started using Bernardo Silva and Rodri to fall deep, okay, and easily take out the ball from the back, and it worked. Sometimes it worked, because when Rodri and Bernardo falls deep, it becomes a 5 versus 3. Hence, they ended up having two free players. City ended up having two free players, and most of the time, the two free players were Bernardo Silva, who was very good on the ball and could take out the ball from the back, and Nico O'Reilly. Rodri taught Declan Rice and Zubimendi what being a defensive midfielder meant. Okay, he played so well. I was even scared when he slept down and was holding his lap. I was just saying that, oh Spain have lost him again. But unfortunately, it was just some, I think, some light pain. He just went out to rest, and it's normal. It's normal as expected. Now I move on to the next player that Pep have transformed him radically. Rayan Cherki, what a baller! What a baller! Rayan Cherki, for me, I personally think he's a street footballer that just turned professional, because Rayan Cherki is one of those players in the 21st century that is still making us to feel sensations and emotions when we watch football. Those kind of those football that there was a football era where skills and how good you are, okay, used to prevail. Okay, because as of now, football now have become so robotic. Take the ball, pass the ball here, take it, I receive it, I pass it, I give a pass, I do that. Football now has been too academic and robotic. Hence, players don't have the opportunity to maybe express themselves, to do all those skills. And Cherki is still one of those guys that give us that flair. Oh boy, look at that dribble for the first goal. Look at from where that goal came from nothing. Picked up the ball, did 1-2. Gabriel just had to put his leg down, because carrying his leg up would have probably led to a possible penalty. Because you carry your leg up, he falls down, penalty. Okay, look at, he threw with the left leg, carried the ball to the right, whipped it with his right leg, and scored. Wonderful goal from Rayan Cherki. Okay, now Jeremy Doku was good. Haaland scored. The Haaland Gabriel fight still continued today, and it ended up with a yellow card for each of them. And Gabriel ended up tearing all Haaland's the dress I was wearing inside, not his jersey actually. But Haaland was kept quiet until, but Haaland will be Haaland. He had just one clean opportunity. No, he had two. Was it one? He had two. One he whipped it up, and the other one he actually scored. Arteta play with a lot of fear. He played with a lot of fear, and Guardiola Guardiola actually capitalized on Arteta's fear, and as it stands now, Arsenal is on the verge of losing their lead and obviously losing the EPL. Because as it stands now, the next matches for both teams, Man City and Arsenal, it's not over yet, but the next matches for Man City and Arsenal, as City will have a more easy road because City is capable of beating all its opponents from now to the end of the season, whipping them because they are used to this thing, they are used to these situations, they know how to go about it. Okay, but now Arsenal on the other hand might probably lost points because they might even lost points against Newcastle on Tuesday. I think they have a match against Newcastle to play. They might lose points against Newcastle. And I'm really scared of that. And also another match where they might lose points is a match against Fulham. Why do I say so? They are playing that match in the middle of their two-legged matches either in the Champions League against Atletico de Madrid. And as it stands now, Atletico de Madrid have lost the cup too. So the only thing left for them is the Champions League. And I think Simeone wants to do everything possible to take his team to the final or probably even win it because he has never won it too. So as it stands now, Arsenal is on the verge of losing all the possible trophy or all its possible trophies because Atletico de Madrid have an advantage because they have a clinical number 9. They have a 9 that can permit them to score. They even have two of them, Solot and Alvarez, that can permit them to score goals. But Arsenal, on the other hand, they don't score goals. Their last 5 matches, they've not been able to score 2 goals. They split Southampton. Southampton beat them 2-1. They scored just 1 goal. Later on, they played Sporting, the first leg, Champions League. They scored just 1 goal. After that, they played Bournemouth. Bournemouth beat them 2-1. They scored just 1 goal. After that, they played Sporting Retu at the Emirates. They had 0-0, no goal. Now today again, they scored just 1 goal. In their last 5 matches, Arsenal have scored just 3 goals, 3 or 4 goals in their last 5 matches. You can see. So, and City still have Haaland. Haaland can decide in the next match, I'm telling you, against Burnley and score a hat-trick or even score 5 goals. We know how these things usually work, and these guys are ready. These guys are really ready. So for the next matches, City have an easy road compared to Arsenal, and I'm really scared. If Arsenal don't capitalize, now they can still win the league, but it's no more in their hands. They now have to depend on cities, on other teams to be able to make City lose points. Meanwhile, they were 9 points clear. 9 points clear. You can imagine. Arteta have bottled the league once again. It's really painful. It's really painful. I understand the Arsenal fans, 23 years waiting for this, and 3 or 4 seasons consecutively, you're coming out second, and you always lost the league in the month of April. It's like when April comes, Arteta just loses. I don't know, things just start happening. I don't just know. Gyökeres, that was a major signing. We thought he was going to be perfect. Nothing to show for it. Wow, Arsenal fans, I feel bad for you guys. Okay guys, we come to the end of our video. Do let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel to grow. See you in another video. Peace. Visca Barça, Visca Catalonia.